everybody, this is Lynette with the Skin Candy. Thank you so much for joining me again today on another one of our Soapy Time adventures. I am so glad you could join me today. Sorry, I'm putting sugar in my water. That adds bubbles. Today we are going to be doing a remake, and I will leave the link to the original up here on one of the corners. Because when I made it last time, it kind of went really funky. The colored portions got really thick really fast, and the white portion kind of stayed real runny, and it was just kind of strange. And today I'm going to be using a different type of technique when it comes to making the soap. I'm going to be using the heat transfer method. For those of you who don't know what the heat transfer method is, it's when you're adding your hot lye water just right after you've made it into your oils and butters. So if you can see in here, I've got my cocoa butter wafers, I've got palm kernel oil, palm oil in here as well. And then I also have all my other oils mixed in as well. I did a huge master batch of all these different oils. Did 4 different batches to get ready just to be able to get everything ready. I can't even talk today. Let me think about this for a second. I just master batched my oils so that I could be able to get them all done at once, and these buckets are too big to fit in my microwave, so I thought I would try the heat transfer method. I have done 2 batches so far, which you probably have already seen in previous videos. And, whoops, let me get this over a little bit. And so we're going to try this with the raspberry and tangerine. Now, according to what I've seen on reviews on this fragrance oil, nobody has said that it traces fast. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with it, why it's doing what it's doing. Because there really isn't much information on it. So I'm going to try it again today. I think what I'm going to do, instead of doing it in the pot swirl, I'm going to do a hanger swirl. So that if it does get thicker, it won't matter, because then I can get it in in my molds and then be able to use the hanger tool my little hanger tool here that my husband made for me. I can use that to kind of mix it up a little bit better. So I'm trying to remember, I just took all my raspberry tangerine to a show. I'm trying to remember what color the white ended up being. I don't know. Today I am going to be using a little bit of titanium dioxide in this, just because I'd like to brighten up the white just a little bit more. And the 2 colors that we're going to be using today, this is my titanium dioxide. It is water soluble titanium dioxide. So I do 2 parts water to 1 part titanium dioxide. And then inside here I actually have some little metal balls, little steel balls that come from like those like little essential oil containers, just to help mix it up and keep the clumps out. So for colors, we're going to be using Flash Dance, which is my favorite. Don't tell what the rest of the mic is. And then Tangerine Dream. So we have our tangerine and wild raspberry. I already have my fragrance oil measured off. And again, it's wild raspberry and tangerine from Ohio Fragrance Company. I'll leave a link down below if you want to purchase that. It does smell spot on like raspberries and tangerine. It really is good. To my water, I added sodium lactate and sugar, and that's all I'm going to add to that before I add my sodium hydroxide. This is actually going to be a goat's milk soap again, so I'm going to be adding my goat's milk powder, my colloidal oats, as well as my kale and clay. And I will add that to that as soon as this is done melting. So this does take about 5 minutes to melt, and so I'll speed that up so you guys don't have to sit for 5 minutes and watch me stir. But it is kind of cool to watch. So I think we've got everything. I think I've talked about everything I needed to talk about. So why don't we go ahead and just get started? And without further ado, let's get soaping.